Hello everybody, welcome to HopTopics. My name is Matthew.
And I'm Cameron.
This is where we talk about beer and movies.
Movies and beer.
Movies and beer.
Yeah. Great combination, too.
Today's movie that we're talking about is Zombieland 2.
Double Tap.
Yeah. And today's beer is a local one that we just kind of found out.
We just found out that it's local. We just bought it because we like the can and the...
It goes with the theme.
Kind of goes with the movie. Yeah. Rednecks and America.
Thank God for rednecks.
Thank God for rednecks. But anyways, we talk about the beer soon. Right now, we must talk about the movie. So, expectations going into the movie?
Pretty high. I mean, I didn't have... I mean, they took enough time. I figured they would, they would try and polish the story as much as they could.
It was like 10 years.
And if they were going to make a movie, they would probably try and take as much time as they could to try and flush out the best story that they could. So I had pretty high hopes, about the same expectations as I did from the first one. So
yeah.
What about you, man?
Yeah, pretty much the same. First movie set the bar really high. But yeah, my expectations going into this movie were much the same. My expectations going into the first movie, I'm like, this movie looks awesome. I'm excited, and I can't wait to see it. And then we saw it.
We didn't.
So overall, without giving anything away, what'd you think of the movie?
I thought it was good. I thought it was almost as good as the first one. I mean, again, sequels, it's really hard to surpass the first one, but I thought it came like damn close. I thought it was really, really good, really well done. All the jokes were great. Like, everything was really well done. It was just, it was almost perfect.
Yeah, pretty much. And yeah, that was same here. Almost as good as the first one. Still really good. It met that high expectation from the first one. And yeah, even though I was a tiny bit worried about it being, the sequels.
Yeah, exactly.
Because while you might find sequels funny, they're not necessarily all that good of movies, or just totally live in the shadow of the first movie, a la Super Troopers 2. While it was funny, nowhere near as good as the first one.
No.
Yeah. But this movie, I feel like, lived up to it. It felt like it was like literally just a continuation off the first movie. And you could have literally just watched them back to back, and it felt pretty much the same.
Yep.
Yeah. And I think I give the first one so much more praise just because it was the first one. And it, did its thing. And it was awesome. But, yeah. So, what's this movie about?
This group of 4 people is stuck in America.
Post-apocalypse.
Post-apocalypse. So, zombie apocalypse happened, and they're just basically trying to survive. And a bunch of shenanigans happen, just as they did in the first one.
Yeah.
And if you haven't seen the first one, go see the first one.
Yeah, well,
and then go see this video. And then go see this movie, because...
And then go see Zombieland 2.
Yes.
Yeah. We liked it.
We did.
It was worth watching.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally. Which gets us to the rating system. Normally I ask you first, but I'm just going to tell you right now. You should go see this in theaters.
Oh, definitely.
It's worth it.
Oh, totally. Completely worth it.
Just like the first movie, they freaking blast Metallica at the beginning. This time Master of Puppets, which is one of my favorite Metallica songs. And
I just kept thinking of that dude playing that song faster and faster every time it says Master.
Yeah.
Every time. It's just funny. So I was laughing even harder during that part.
Yeah, and that's just the intro, just showing people getting eaten by zombies.
First 5 minutes of the movie, I was laughing my ass off. It's great.
Yeah. But yeah, this is definitely a go see it in theaters. At the very least, rent it, watch it on Netflix when it comes out, movie channels, whatever you got. That's my opinion. You?
Yeah, same thing. Go see it in theaters.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, it's a definite must-see in, theaters. It's totally worth it. Like, it's just as good as the first one. Like,
go on a cheap day, you know,
exactly.
it's definitely worth, you know, paying some money to see it.
Exactly. It's
I think, yeah,
yeah, definitely, man.
like yeah,
Yeah,
like, yeah,
yeah.
Anyways, let's talk about beer.
The beer.
This is No Filter Needed, unfiltered West Coast style IPA from Concrete Jungle. Concrete Jungle is a Ventura brewery, which we just found out while we were pouring the beer. He's all like, "Oh, Concrete Jungle, where are they?" And I'm looking at the can, brewed and canned, Market Street, Ventura. So that's right down the road from us.
Yeah, it's not very
more
far.
Or less,
yeah, it's
15-20 minutes. 7.3% alcohol. It's an unfiltered West Coast style IPA, so, you know, expecting hops and, you know, maybe a little bit of juiciness, but mostly just hoppy, kind of dry, and, you know, it's an IPA.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what you're going to expect.
It's not overly hoppy though.
It really isn't. I was actually really surprised when
It seems more citrusy than it does hoppy.
Yeah.
Which is
yeah.
weird. I wasn't really expecting that. I mean, it being an unfiltered IPA, I was expecting it to be like overly hoppy and like more piney.
Yeah, exactly.
But this is like I feel it's more citrusy than
it's
like
really mellow.
Yeah, it's
and honestly it dies on the palate pretty quickly.
Mm-hmm. You don't really. It doesn't like leave much taste.
Yeah.
To
like a lot of, you know, IPAs, you still get a little, you know, bitterness on the outside of your tongue after you drink it, but that's literally it. I drank this beer and I forgot what this beer already tasted like 10 seconds later.
Pretty much.
Like there's no lingering flavor to it, which for some people is a really good thing.
Yeah.
For some people, I like to taste my beer.
Yeah, I like tasty beers.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not a bad beer.
It's not bad. It just doesn't do much for me.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's definitely... How much was the 4-pack?
$14.99.
Oh, heck no. Yeah, that's a hard pass right there, good buddy. Yeah. No,
14
I'm going to Midwest. I'm going to Midwest, I'm going to Topa Topa. Like, we're in Ventura, man. We got 16 million breweries to go to. Sorry, that's a hard pass, Concrete. I'll try your other beers, I promise.
I wonder if we could do like what's the what did they do, the Shaun of the Dead trilogy. What's the one where the robots? World's End.
World's End.
We should try and do that.
Yeah.
We should go through all the
Wasn't
movies. It was like alien robots.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. But yeah, we should try.
I only saw the movie.
We should try and do that like one time in Ventura.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Just have a pint or two at each one. And just move on.
Dude, we're gonna get hammered if we do that.
we may die by the end of it, but you know, it'll be a good death.
It'll be a good death, a memorable death. I mean, I wouldn't remember it even if I had managed to survive, but you know.
We definitely wouldn't be able to drive there and back. But anyway.
No, we need a DD. But off topic.
Anyway, what would you rate this beer, man?
You know, I'd give this like a 2.5, maybe a 3. You know, like T800s out of 5.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'd have to agree with you. I'd give it a 3. Still hot Emma Stones.
Yeah.
3. Definitely.
A 3. Finally hot Abigail Breslin.
Well, yeah.
I can actually say that now.
Yeah, I guess.
She's an adult.
Yep. Yep. But, yeah, so that brings us to our spoilers, so...
Eric, you've been warned. I know you haven't seen the movie yet, so...
Exactly, yeah. Spoiler warning? Cheers. So, the first one. Comparing it to this, you get a lot of the same things. Obviously, you're going to get the same characters.
yeah.
Besides that, yes. But, like, they're still explaining the rules. They're still explaining... They actually give backstory to some of the zombies and say that there's different types of zombies, which is kind of cool.
Well, they're saying that the zombies have evolved. They're it's like, kind of like natural selection for zombies.
Pretty much.
They have different types of zombies that do different sorts of things. You got the Homer, which is the dumb one.
Which basically just follows anything that moves.
Yeah.
He's dumb, overweight,
Yeah, basically Homer Simpson.
Homer Simpson.
What was it, the Ninja?
The Ninja.
Yeah.
There's also the Hawking.
The Hawking, yeah.
There's the Hawking, which is the smart one, which is able to solve problems in order to get to its objective.
Yeah.
Which was
the
really
Ninja's just
freaky.
the sneaky one. Like it'll distract you over here and then come up behind you and attack you. Yeah.
Clever girl.
And then we got the T-800.
T-800s.
The original Terminator.
Yep.
And basically just a better, faster, stronger, smarter zombie.
Yep. Way more determined. It took so many bullets.
Oh yeah, the first one that you run into in the movie. So many bullets. He just keeps shooting them.
That was twice, right? That was 2 bullets?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure I can still count, right?
Exactly.
But yeah, that was cool.
Yeah.
Like comparing it to the first movie, I feel like because it was the first movie, they did the pacing a lot better. They did character development a lot better. Like actually, all the characters in the first movie, you get like good development, and you get good backstory, and different moments. This one, since we already know the characters, they didn't really focus too much on that. And even the new characters, you don't really get a whole lot of backstory or any sort of anything like that.
Yeah, one of them I really didn't care for his backstory. Damn hippies.
Damn hippie. But
I could have learned a little bit more about Madison. I liked Madison. She was funny.
She was hilarious.
She was funny.
But
dumber than a bag of rocks.
Yeah.
But funny.
Yeah. And Nevada, like I would have loved more backstory on her too.
Yeah.
Rosario Dawson's character.
Yeah.
Super cool. Just kind of how Rosario Dawson does.
Well, yeah, that's how she does her characters.
Yeah.
Does a great job at it every time.
And still smoking hot.
But
yeah. So that's kind of just where I felt the second movie didn't quite come up to the first one. Was I just felt like the first one just had an overall stronger story, better character development, and like more reason to care about the characters.
Yeah.
The second one's just kind of like you saw the first one.
It's
applied all that to this one.
Exactly. I mean, it's a continuation from the first one. So I mean, you don't necessarily need more character development between the 4 main characters.
Yeah.
You just kind of add on characters and do with them as you will. Which they pretty much did in this movie, and it still really worked.
Yeah.
It's just there was more jokes in this one. It seemed like they were going more of the comedy route with this one than they were the first one.
Yeah, definitely.
The first one was still funny and still a great movie.
The first one was
but I mean,
hilarious.
like they were trying to add more, like throw in more jokes, and it just seemed it was more comedy driven than it was the first one.
Yeah.
So
I can definitely agree with that. And yeah, speaking of jokes, there's at least a couple of like fun like meta jokes. Like Madison talking about her idea for, like having a service where strangers come and pick you up.
Like when you're drunk.
Places.
Like when you're drunk at a bar and you get picked up, and sometimes they have candy for you.
Yeah, or water, or, or gum.
And like you can rate them. Like if they do anything bad, you can just give them like a 0 rating.
So, Like, what if they try and murder you? Then you give them a 0. And if they don't try and murder you, then you give them 5.
Yeah, exactly. Right? It was obviously a play on like Uber, and they just keep bashing her constantly through the entire time.
And you're just like, that's the stupidest idea I've ever heard of. That would never work.
My parents told me the first thing to do is to get into a stranger's car once they offer me candy.
Yeah. Like, freaking great.
It was. I mean, exactly. I mean, it's like there's a lot of those jokes in this movie, and it was just funny over and over.
Yeah.
And the goddamn hippies.
Damn hippies. I wasn't really meta. That's just digging on hippies, which I'm always down for. South Park probably is the reason that I freaking dig on hippies so much. And especially when they start doing the drum circle.
Oh God, that was awful.
God. I'm just like, are you kidding me? Like, you're really gonna do a drum circle?
Group 6?
Freaking hippies.
You're probably gonna die first.
You're probably gonna die first.
Thank you for your sacrifice.
Thank you for your sacrifice. It's so good.
So good. And then when at the beginning when he sits in the White House and like when he sits in the chair behind the desk in the Oval Office.
Oh
he's
yeah.
Like, I think I would have brought a nice dignity to the office. Again, another meta joke because of in their timeline it's still 2019.
Yeah.
Because they established a timeline.
Yeah. The zombie outbreak happened
2009.
And 10 years later, we're just still following these characters, which I think is awesome that, they kept that timeline and they kept it consistent like that.
Oh, yes.
It's cool.
Oh, hello. Yeah. Hell yes.
And then we got the new characters. Obviously, Madison is the first new character we meet, and she's just a ditzy blonde that's been living in a freezer because
in a pink
zombie.
berry. In a pink berry.
Yeah. Oh my god. But because zombies don't like the cold, and so she has to wear a sweater and everything to stay alive in a freezer. It's like, why didn't you just turn it off? Like, that would have made sense. Oh, I thought the power was just gonna go out, So, yeah, what? I'm actually kind of surprised. There's still power in one place. You think those dams are really in overtime.
Right, yeah. As long as we get rain. Yeah, so.
Then we get Nevada.
Well, we get Berkeley before that.
Oh, yeah, Berkeley.
Goddamn hippies.
Freaking hippie. That's the character that I wish had died.
Yeah, me too. I was hoping he would.
Yeah.
I was hoping Homer just take him out.
Oh my god, if the Homer had taken him out, that would have been so perfect.
It would have. Oh, because
everybody knows who Bob Dylan is, you freaking poser.
Yep.
So good.
So good.
Yeah.
Then we meet Nevada.
When he tries to freaking play Bob Dylan and pass it off as his own song, what a freaking tool.
Right. And then we get Nevada. Rosario Dawson's character. And then we get
Elvis fan.
Yeah.
Likes guns. And
basically Tallahassee's soulmate.
Yeah. Yeah. Pretty much.
And then we get Luke Wilson's character, who I
don't remember either of their names.
I don't.
It's Luke Wilson and Thomas Middleton.
Yes.
And
they're basically Tallahassee and Columbus. But
they're literally carbon copies of those characters.
Exactly. Like they're like.
Do you find these guys uniquely annoying?
Uniquely? No. Again, with the meta jokes.
Yeah. But yeah, instead of rules, commandments.
Commandments.
Sounds, much more biblical. Kind of,
Yeah.
Seems like it's got more presence than rules.
Yeah, exactly. But let's see, and then yeah, that was pretty pretty much it.
Yeah.
And then all the people at Baby Lawn.
Yeah, maybe. I like how freaking one character actually references the Hang Gardens Babylon.
Yeah.
And everybody else just either ignores it or freaking hippie calling it Baby Lawn. Damn hippies.
Madison calls it Baby Lawn.
Oh yeah, Baby Lawn. And then he thinks it's what, the song?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then our next biggest point is after credits.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you gotta stay after the credits.
You have to stay.
There's actually 2 after credits scenes. There's one which is just Bill Murray
talking about
doing
Garfield 3 for some god awful reason.
Yeah,
and he's like, drugs cost money.
Drugs cost money. Like, why Garfield 3? Well, to be honest with you, drugs cost money.
Drugs cost money.
and then there's a whole segment where he's just pretending to hack up hairballs. And then the best, might be the best part of the whole movie, is this is right when the zombie outbreak happens.
Day zero.
Day zero. And it's just Bill Murray. First he kills Al Roker
with the freaking chair.
And then he just starts killing newly infected zombies just all over the place. And it's fantastic.
Yep.
It is probably the most wonderful thing I've seen in a long time.
Oh, totally. It was so funny. Like, and especially since they have Bill Murray back in Zombieland. Like, after the first one. It just made it that much better. Like, it was great.
Yeah. Oh, and freaking when Nevada's just all like, when she mentions being married.
Being married.
I thought I was going to be married. It's like, what? What's that? Oh, you know, when somebody thinks you're a zombie, but you're not, and you get shot anyway. What? Oh, Bill Murray. Bill Murray, like the famous comedian. Oh, I never heard of that. No. So, like, if I ever find out who killed Bill Murray,
I'm gonna do the same thing he did to Bill Murray.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. I think she said it a little bit more violently. But,
yeah, exactly.
But yeah, yeah, that about wraps it up, really.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, there's a lot more we can talk about. We can go more into depth with the jokes and
but I mean,
plot
like,
points
and like,
stuff. But
and like little.
I mean,
little
if you're watching this,
but I mean, like you gotta watch the movie. It's a good movie.
Yeah,
you totally should watch the movie.
Honestly, if you're watching this part of the video, you pretty much just listen to all the pitter patter and you've seen the movie. You know what happens in there.
Exactly.
So we're gonna cheers. I'm not chugging the rest of this.
Yeah, no, I'm not either.
Yeah. Sorry, guys. I'm gonna let you down this one time.
Yeah. I might.
I mean, I'll get most of it.
Yeah, I'll come close.
Yeah, but I'm already feeling a little bloated right now. I had a beer immediately before this, so it wasn't. I forgot we were shooting. To be honest,
yeah,
I cracked open a beer down there really quick and
had to get this done.
Yeah.
But anyway,
here's to you.
Here's to me.
Friends for life, we shall always be.
If by chance we disagree,
well, screw you. Here's to me. I lied. So did he. Just took us a little longer.
Just needed a breath in between.
Yep. Anyways, thanks for watching.
See you next time. Cheers.